They were the band that changed rock and roll forever.
There's just no doubt about it, you know, the Viscous EP changed the musical landscape overnight.
But what happens when success and excess pushes 5 men to their limits?
It actually got to the point where I was getting mobbed in Lidl.
It was like an explosion. Like we did not even see it coming.
Coventry has seen nothing like this since the Graskins.
Well, go fast lagen lite en igga.
I did exceed so much that I've ruined my nether regions. As you may have to tell, I have to bathe in my pants.
This is Superhooch, behind the music. Two brothers from the ghetto.
It was alright, yeah, we used to be close when we were younger. Always sort of like healthy competition.
It was good for a lot of the time, sometimes harder.
A man from York. A registered mental health nurse.
Growing up, we used to play a game called Mind the Muck because there was so much dog shit littered on the floor.
An assaulted bar snack.
God. Yeah, it went great.
Together, they combined to record the single most important EP to grace the Potter's Green area.
Okay, so my understanding is that Superhooch kind of, with the child of 2 previous, possibly superior bands, one being Lipshock and the other being Monochrome State. They kind of took the best of both bands, as far as I can see, and moulded them into something almost as good.
Yes, het gaat van zeven, niet tap, niet kozwaal, maar dat over lovenschof en zip niet gaten.
I wanted to get a unit together, and I was asking a few people around, but they weren't available, but I found me too intimidating to work with.
I was always a favourite, you see. Mum and Dad always liked me best, so I thought I'd help him out, and I said to him, listen mate, I'm starting a band, so do you want to be in it? Like,
I could finally impress Mum and Dad.
So I asked the next best thing, you know, a few of the guys I used to be in a band with, and it came about.
Everyone knows I used to be a singer in a band. I was fantastic, if nothing else. And out of nowhere, I was demoted, relegated, just downtrodden down to be what I am now, which is a drummer.
You can keep time, you can hit the drums, you can do that quite well.
I think there's better to come out of Peanut when he learns to sing drums.
The writing process was not easy for this new band.
So writing the Viscous EP was a challenge really. I'd worked with Wurzel for a long time, and as a guitarist I find him challenging.
The Viscous EP was recorded at Moonbase Studios with acclaimed producer Jon Moonbear Webb.
I mean, clearly when a new band comes into the studio, there's a lot of expectation. I'm quite excited about what's going to happen, and generally there's a magical moment where you kind of, everything's set up downstairs, the mics are on, you turn up the faders and the magic happens. It didn't. I mean, I had to cover, but I just thought, this is going to be a long, long day.
Well, when it comes to the Viscous EP, I just knew that it was going to be great, and I knew the moment I set foot in there that I was going to lay down the basis of the greatest EP ever.
You're also going to go party and you're going to see how I'm going to go on all do got stuff. For example, temperature, and to go in near the last nickel, and you go in the kill and down on the osh at even to substance and swapping to them.
Johnny Kingham made David Gilmour look like an utter amateur. Forget everything you learned in music school. What you need is a pentatonic scale played in a rocky format.
You can tell he's the third best guitarist in the band.
I mean, Johnny's got the lick, the riff that he plays. He's great at it. I'm waiting for the second one to come in just to see where he can go with it.
I find my solo specifically to be an extension of myself and an expression of the artistry that lives within me. I mean, I find people see that, they just see that and they think, what was he thinking? What did he mean when he put that on there? You add a bit of wow to that equation. Solid gold, and you can hear it on the Viscous EP.
Yeah, me and John didn't get on at first because he's not really used to my methods of working, because I've got high requirements in the studio. I need my own area to work in, and I need like basic things like certain pictures on the wall and an incense. I need everywhere I record to sound like Potter's Green.
I mean, I'll be fair, Chris's guitar playing has come on a fair bit. He's reliant on this horrible blue box he brings in all the time. There's a world of guitar sounds out there that he just isn't prepared to access. That's my biggest issue with him.
Describing my relationship with Chris in 3 words, I'd say surprising, atrocious, and mathematic.
Tensions began to rise as the first song of this new musical venture, Charm Offensive, was unleashed.
I mean, sometimes the problem with the song is trying to somehow find a comfortable place for me to sit in between the band's enthusiasm for the song and what I realise is going to be the best I can kind of pull out of a situation where I genuinely just don't think the song's there.
The rest of the band were like, where's the drummers? How did you come out with that? And we were like, lads, this is only the beginning. It's all going to fire off from here into the sky. If the sky was made out of fucking lasers and stuff, it was like that. And that's when we knew. And then we wrote Tamed.
The band decided on the lead single, Tamed.
There's not a lot of people who would tell their girlfriend to spend £160 on a guitar pedal just to sound like a Hammond organ guy. And the lad said, get a Hammond organ player in, they're 10 a penny in Coventry, the Hammond organ guys. And I went, no, I can do this. So I made her pay for the pedal. The rest is history, I think you can agree.
Tamed, I mean, there were big hopes for it as a single. I kind of wanted it to stay low level because it had my name attached to it. But I've got nothing against basic blues rock, but it's not taking us anywhere, is it, in this day and age?
Yeah, so we released Tamed as a single, and we were nominated, didn't win, but we were nominated for Best Single and Best EP for the Viscous EP. And we played about 5 or 6 shows with that song, and then every time we'd play after that, the crowd, it would be absolutely rammed. We'd be playing Tamed. Obviously when Tamed was finished, we started Charm Offensive. The crowd would sort of go out for a cigarette and stuff like that, but it's a good song to smoke to.
The band decided a video concept with acclaimed director Olly Johnson.
The response has been great. I've been absolutely staggered by the amount of work that I've had since the video has been released. I've had no work off it at all, which I'm quite staggered by, given that it is pretty much universally liked by nearly everybody, apart from one clown on YouTube that's giving it the thumbs down. But we are trying to resolve that via gentle persuasion, which now unfortunately may have to move on to non-gentle persuasion. You don't want to have to do that, I don't want to have to bring other family members into this. I don't want to have to kidnap pets, or don't have to resort to physical violence or damage of personal property or anything like that. It doesn't have to be that way. You know who you are. It's very simple. You can go on YouTube, go to the video, and you can unlike it. Do the right thing.
Superhooch parted ways in the summer of 2016. But could the Worsley brothers see themselves working together again?
Could I? Would I? Never. Could not at all.
He's just fucking jealous of me. He always was. It's the same old thing, and people keep asking about it, and I'm bored of answering it, but we won't work together again because he can't even be in the same room as me. Like, he'll smell my aftershave and he wants some.
Johnny might have been a bit sensitive, that's for sure. He didn't like Wurzel challenging his position of authority at the front of the band. At first he was very laid back about it, but as time went on, as the success grew and the money came in and the girls came in, he really he grew into a monster.
They need time apart. Johnny needs to go back to doing what he wants to do, not what his brother wants him to do. He's much better on his own. I know. I made him that good.
So I woke up in the morning and my missus was like, "Oh my God, you're all over the telly, it's all in the papers." And I was like, "I haven't even released my solo album yet." And she was like, "No, the fight." And I was like, "What fight?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, the fight." And it was massive. Like Twitter actually shut down for 6 weeks because of it. And that was when I knew that was when I realised what we had was so big. But let bygones be bygones, and we've all gone our separate ways. We always wanted the perfect mix of Dio and Gigi Allen. We tried. We had a bloody good go at it. We sold more records than Michael bloody Jackson. And, let's leave it there. Enjoy it. I'm having an early retirement.
Is the damage beyond repair, or are Superhooch just another tragic tale in rock's history books?
I wish the both well. I'm not bitter. I'm quite happy with what I've got. But if you leave me to my bath now, that'd be nice. Cheers, buddy.
But now, exclusive to Behind the Music.
Hello? Oh, it's you. You want to get the band back together? Wow, I'll stop drinking bathwater Strongbow. I'm in for it, let's go!
3 months after our cameras stopped rolling in Potter's Green, Superhooch have been found recording new material. The new EP, Superhooch, The Magic Bottle, Spring 2017.
So, Chris Worsley, tell me about the excess.
Oh, those early days, man, it was ridiculous. It was like, I'd stay awake for 2 months, full on, non-stop. I'd wake up in a hairdresser's with glitter all over my bum and stuff, no idea what the hell happened. And it was pretty amazing really, but obviously a lot of drinking, a lot of other undisclosed memorabilia. It's not memorabilia, but it's, you get what I mean, drugs. And all sorts, did it all. And but it came to this point when I had this sort of dishwasher tablet habit, and it kept going on. And when I was coming down off the tabs, and I had no dishwasher tablets left, didn't even have a dishwasher anymore. And so to try and get some kind of rush, I gradually got addicted to staring at the end of my nose. And I'd do it it used to be just on a Tuesday evening, and obviously that became Wednesday evenings as well. And then I'd stare at my nose for 6 weeks without sleep and stuff, and it was a tough time. And I went through rehab and I got clean and I got over it and stuff, but it still left me with something that will be with me forever.
Yeah, well, since my my brother took the dishwasher, I became addicted to lead-based paint. They say it's poisonous, but in small amounts, you know, it's fine.
Ready?
Mm.
The breakup with the band. Oh God.
Elation's like happy, isn't it?
Still rolling. I'll to do Arnold's. Yeah, what's that? Arnold Schwarzenegger shaving a goat.
Shaving a goat.
Big pissing up the wall. Superhooch.